On the ground.
It is.
That's not funny.
No, it's not funny.
While Chief Deputy Tim Woltoff is on duty, patrolling the area with his 20-year-old son when he spots the tornado to his northwest. His vehicle's dash cam captures this incredible view of the giant tornado as it closes in on town.
That thing ain't moving slow either.
The tornado then overtakes Matt's Bar and Grill.
YouTube, what's up? It's your boy, the 1J Osh. Welcome back to the show. Hey, shout out to High Risk Chris. As we always do, we give those credit to make the videos. We just react to them. Your boy done turned into the weatherman. Because he be reacting to fucking tornadoes all the time. But it's what y'all like. I'm a man of the people. Alright? You know, or ladies. Either way. But you know, y'all recommend them, I react to them. This is the Parkersburg Tornado. The Wall of Death. Yay. Shout out to my tornado fiends. We here. Let's get it.
It's late May in 2008, and a family is spending their Sunday afternoon at a local restaurant celebrating a recent graduation. After receiving a tornado warning, they go outside to check the oncoming storm, and a massive tornado is heading straight for them. With moments to spare, the family and restaurant staff rush into the safest part of the restaurant, the walk-in cooler.
Fantastic.
6 kids and 8 adults huddle together as the violent tornado overtakes them.
Oh my god. Is that the actual audio? All you hear is screaming.
The storm system that spawned the Parkersburg Tornado on May 25th actually began a few days earlier. On May 22nd, a strong, mid-level trough overspread the western high plains. This mid-level trough would produce a low-pressure system at the surface, pulling moisture into the much higher terrain of eastern Colorado and western Kansas. In Colorado, a large and powerful tornado impacts the town of Windsor, killing one. 200 miles to the east, a few other supercells produce multiple photogenic tornadoes, causing minimal harm as they move through the vast open plains of western Kansas.
That's a rope.
In the overnight hours, the massive system progresses, forming a newer, even more potent pattern on the 23rd. For a second day in a row, extreme shear overlaps an area of moist, unstable air. In response, the forecasters at the Storm Prediction Center issue a large, high risk over western Kansas, and they couldn't have been more correct. 79 tornadoes touched down, mostly over western Kansas, with the strongest tornado being an EF4 near the town of Quinter, Kansas.
How many? Good lord, look at that though. Look at everywhere in the Midwest.
The next day, on the 24th, the mid-level winds are slightly less potent than the previous 2 days. However, Mother Nature was restless, and a supercell in north-central Oklahoma puts down a handful of tornadoes, which, of course, is covered on live TV, thanks to Oklahoma's unrivaled tornado culture.
They be ready for
lucky with this so far.
After non-stop tornado action on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, you'd think the tornado chaos would subside, but yet again, the next day, the 500 millibar jet stream persists, overlapping a large region of moist air spanning most of Tornado Alley. The Storm Prediction Center initially puts 2 areas of heightened tornado potential, with the northern risk centered over Minnesota and Wisconsin. But as the day progresses, tornado risk in this area is extended southwards because of an extremely unique set of circumstances taking shape in northern Iowa. The Sunday morning started out cold and cloudy, but strong moisture advection at the surface begins midday. Modest dews in the 50s skyrocket into the 70s. Meanwhile, to the north, there's a well-defined surface low transversing the North Dakota-Canada border into Minnesota, adding an extreme amount of spin into the atmosphere. And to make matters worse, a secondary low develops in southern Minnesota. And on top of all that, 2 different warm fronts develop in central Iowa, giving the storm exactly what it needs to produce a strong tornado. As clouds clear over
Fantastic.
Iowa, to most, this is just another beautiful late spring day. However, the sun bakes the moist, unstable air at the
I done
surface.
said
The
that,
blue
man.
sky above their heads is like gasoline-soaked brush, and all it needs is a spark to set things ablaze.
I done said that. I
At
done
3 in
said
the
that.
afternoon,
It's crazy
a set
how
of rogue
like
gravity waves appear.
everything could
These
be so
waves
calm
are like
and
small
normal,
ripples in a pond,
and then
slightly disrupting the different
everything's
layers
dark.
in the atmosphere.
And
And
it's
these
going
small
down.
ripples have huge consequences. The
The
gravity waves
switch
trigger
to
the
it being a
formation
regular
of a
nice
group of storms in central
and it just
Iowa.
turned into hell.
The storms slowly move across Iowa for an hour before the southern storm begins to dominate, and at 4:30, radar shows that the dominant storm forms a unique feature called a descending reflectivity core. As the downdraft falls to the ground, it impinges the storm's inflow, constricting and tightening it, causing the inflow to dramatically intensify. Moments later, a hook forms on radar, and at 4:48 in the afternoon, a large tornado touches down south of Aplington, Iowa.
Oh,
Before
boy.
I talk about the Parkersburg Tornado, I have to tell you about this game-changing product that off your 100% south of
Get
Aplington,
your money,
Iowa.
Chris.
A local less than a mile to the northeast of the circulation records the tornado only moments after it forms.
It's on the ground.
It is.
That's not funny.
No, it's not funny.
Even though this might not
scared.
look like a
Not
classic tornado, this is unquestionably the start of a tornado
the
because of the
debris
swirling
field,
dust
though.
directly underneath a highly visible mesocyclone.
Holy shit.
Look at that cloud. Oh man.
Let's get inside.
It probably got
Eventually,
big
the
really
resident goes
quick.
inside to take cover, but the tornado is just getting started, and it is now heading directly towards the town of Parkersburg. Meanwhile, Chief Deputy Tim Woltoff
Man,
is
bro.
on duty, patrolling the area with his 20-year-old son when he spots the tornado to his northwest. His vehicle's
Look
dash
at
cam
that!
captures this incredible view of the giant tornado as it closes in on town.
That thing ain't moving slow either. Oh well, I guess the clock's kind of sped up.
Tim, along with other storm spotters in the area, report the massive tornado, and a tornado warning is issued for the
It
town
don't
of
like it ain't
Parkersburg.
moving slow either though.
It's right at this time when a family celebrating graduation at Matt's Bar and Grill receives word
know how-
of the tornado warning. They go outside to check because 9 out of 10 times nothing ever happens.
Bro, but you know how tough that is to be just. This is a celebration. This is a good day. And this ain't the first time we seen some graduations happen and we seen a tornado. Yeah, I'm bringing up Joplin. Good thing is that was somewhere else. They're celebrating in fucking town.
This time was different. A massive wall of darkness is moving directly towards them. With only moments
And
to
they
act,
still don't show
they
you the
run
tornado in that
inside
video.
and go to the safest
You can
spot,
just
the
see the
restaurant's
clouds.
walk-in
You don't
cooler.
see
6
nothing
kids and
coming at
8
you.
adults huddled together, knowing these could be their very last moments.
Oh man.
It's in Parkersburg.
Oh, we're gonna hear it.
The tornado begins to close the gap on the town, and the first building in the path on the west side of town is Parkersburg Lumber, a standard sheet metal industrial building. Seconds later, the tornado overtakes Parkersburg Lumber, shredding the sheet metal into tiny pieces, while also bending the thick steel frame I-beams. The core of the
Oh, it's over. If it did that to a lumber and sheet metal building, it's over. And now think about it. Now all that lumber and all that metal is in the tornado. Oh, it's shredding buildings.
tornado continues moving east
Oh, it's
along
shredding
Highway
buildings,
57. All buildings are completely demolished, and someone loses their life at a home next to the gas station. The tornado then overtakes Matt's Bar and Grill. Simultaneously, a man north of town is recording the tornado as it barrels into the west side of Parkersburg.
Look at that.
A mile to the south, businesses and homes are shredded to
Just
pieces.
think about that. You away from the tornado, you're just looking at it. I think a lot of people, when they're looking at the tornado from a distance, they're not, like, if you're not a storm chaser, I think storm chasers have in their mind, like, oh man, all these people, all these lives about to be ruined. But like when you're over there, you don't even know where the tornado's really technically at. So you're just like watching the tornado, but you're not even thinking like, damn, this shit's just running through a city right now.
forever changing the small
look at
Midwestern town.
Look at that stuff fly. Look at that junk fly. Holy balls.
Despite taking a direct hit,
What?
everyone
Junk fly. Holy balls.
That was the last thing I thought this man was about to say. That man said, "Holy balls." Yo, this man said,
Despite
"Holy
taking a
balls."
direct hit, everyone in the restaurant survives the encounter. The quick thinking to take shelter in the walk-in cooler undoubtedly saves the lives of the family and restaurant staff. After impacting the bar, the tornado continues its march along
Hey,
Highway 57. The
shout out
extreme
to that
debris-filled
big
winds of
brain.
the tornado levels multiple homes, killing 3 more residents just south of the highway. On the other side of the highway is First National Bank, which has multiple security cams running as the tornado overtakes the building. One camera is recording outside, and in the video you can see the dark mass of the tornado slowly consume a neighboring
I think
home.
I've seen this video before too. It just envelops everything. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Inside, multiple
Look at
security
that.
cameras capture the moment the tornado overtakes the bank,
Look
showing
at
what
that.
the chaos inside of a tornado really looks like.
No. Let's be specific. What the inside of a fucking a killer looks like. Because that's what that is. That ain't
At
no
the same
regular
time,
tornado.
Resident Miles Humphrey and his wife are escaping the tornado in their car. Miles stops to take a photo of the tornado right as it's over Parkersburg. Fortunately, Miles and his wife escaped the tornado to the east.
Man.
However, the tornado is still moving through the heart of town, now overtaking Parkersburg
Man.
High School. Large sections of the building's roof collapse, and classrooms are strewn into piles of debris. And while
Dude.
damage at the high school is bad, the building is located on the north side of the tornado, which is the weaker side. Even worse damage occurs to the south of the high school. Here, Richard and Ethel Mulder are on their way to their basement when the tornado hits at EF5 strength, killing both along with their neighbor. These homes are so damaged that concrete basement walls are cracked, and according to records, all the people who died here were sheltering in their basements. In less than 2 minutes, the destructive winds of the tornado wiped out the southern third of town. After exiting the east side of town, the tornado moves over the Legend Trail golf course, leaving significant ground scouring, while spreading tiny shards of debris from the buildings in Parkersburg. The tornado continues east over a field, leaving a trench in the ground for over 1 mile, a feat rarely ever documented in tornadoes. The tornado sustains its
trench.
immense
This shit made a trench. Literally dug up ground from the fucking earth. Damn near made its own creek. All you gotta do is put some water in it. Like, man.
strength as it crosses Beaver Creek,
Speaking of
pulping the
creek.
forest, now moving towards the neighboring town of New Hartford.
Dude.
As the tornado moves along 325th Street, it impacts a few buildings, claiming its 8th victim, Norman Buthian. The tornado keeps
tornado
its
ain't got no
due easterly
shield, bro.
course and is on track to miss the small town of New Hartford to the north, which is fortunate because the tornado was larger than the entire town. However, it was now closing.
Man, New Hartford. God bless you. Ain't no way. That junk was bigger than your whole town. Man. Boy,
In on
somebody out there
another
looking
group
out
of
for you.
homes on Beaver Valley Road.
God
The
is
tornado
good.
first overtakes Oak Hill Cemetery, where hundreds of gravestones are shattered to pieces. Immediately after the cemetery, the most violent winds on the south side of the tornado directly impact a home, sadly killing its 9th victim,
Hey,
Lisa
yo.
Bleeker, who was gruesomely killed by debris. Lisa's home is
I will say this, because this tornado has just ruined lives, okay? It's ruined so many lives. Like destroying homes, destroying buildings, businesses, killing people, ruining families. Like, well, I ain't ruining families, but you devastating families. Like, that particular person that's passed away probably could have meant so much to that family, kept the family together. You never know. Dude, for it to be that big, it sounds messed up, but only 9 people died. Because that Joplin tornado was a son of a bitch, okay? Because, man, talking about triple digits. Like, but only, as big as this tornado was, and only 9 people, man, hey, look, somebody was looking out for some people. Because I know it hit a lot of people. There's no way it only hit them 9 particular people. So,
Violently destroyed, it practically ceases to exist. The only things left are a few cinder blocks and debris that had been crushed into tiny particles. The tornado continues east along the road, and right at this time, Doug Christensen captures a set of photos of the tornado.
Dude, look.
These photos show the dark, evil...
That shit is scary. The sun is going down, and you just see that coming?
beast as it's at peak strength north of New Hartford. The tornado then deviates from its easterly course by turning to the north. This behavior is called an occlusion process, and it's a sign that the tornado is weakening. However, the tornado suddenly turns back to the south, showing that the occlusion process failed. This is rare. In most tornadoes, they turn to the north, and that's the last thing the tornado does. But it continues back on its easterly course, moving along Beaver Creek Road. Fortunately, the tornado appears to have significantly weakened, as homes in this area show little signs of damage. The tornado then approaches the Cedar River, and right as it crosses the river, it tries to occlude again, but it fails the process for a second time, trekking back east. The tornado is now on the northern side of the large town of Cedar Falls. A local records the tornado from their back porch. Visually, the tornado appears much weaker than it did earlier.
Chris, that's what you think? Chris! That's what your conclusion has come to. This big ass wall right here. You think that's what regular people think? Hey, look, you a professional. Look, you be hunting these tornadoes. You know all about the science behind it. I'm telling you as a casual person, if I see this shit coming, I'm just praying the whole time. I'm downstairs. I'm just praying in the bathroom the whole time. Like, please. That's what I'm doing. I'm not thinking this is weak. brother, I'm not. I'm praying. This don't look weak to me.
Instead of a giant barrel-shaped tornado, it's now a dusty circulation.
It don't look like just a dusty circulation to me. I'd be terrified.
There is, however, another threat present. The winds wrapping around the backside of the tornado, known as the rear flank downdraft, are overspreading the north side of Cedar Falls, including the regional airport. These RFD winds are measured well in excess of 100 miles per hour, which are dangerous to anyone trapped outside, because at those speeds flying debris can be deadly. After crossing Highway 218, the tornado persists over farm fields. For a third time, the tornado fails to occlude, and right as it crosses Highway 63, it has another erratic movement as it performs an abrupt S-curve, leaving this unique mark in the field.
Fucking shit just put the Superman logo in the ground.
Another loop, and for the 5th time, the tornado fails to die. At this point, the circulation was now north of the town of Dunkerton, exhibiting another strange behavior as it swells to a massive 1.2 miles wide, which is insanely impressive. Although damage here is relatively weak.
Put a Superman
soon after, the tornado contracts in size, and after traveling over 40 miles in 70 minutes, killing 9 and injuring 70,
God bless you.
The tornado finally died southwest of Fairbank, Iowa. The tornado chaos had finally come to an end for the people of Iowa.
Thank God.
Just kidding.
What the fuck are you? What? Just kidding, my boy. This shit just. This tornado's playing jokes.
Tornado dies. Another tornado travels over 30 miles while being accompanied by a secondary anticyclonic tornado to the south. The storm spawns yet another tornado before it completely outruns the unstable air and finally stops producing tornadoes. The sun sets, and the people of Iowa are left in darkness, having to recover from the tornado that devastated the town of Parkersburg.
Man.
In the days following the tornado, the community came together to help pick up the pieces, and it wasn't just the people of Parkersburg. People from all over northern Iowa showed up to help. The
shout out
town
to everybody
quickly
in
established
Iowa, man.
a mobile recovery center to help victims with their daily needs, and those
That's
without
what's up.
homes were swiftly adopted by their neighbors who still had shelter.
That's cool.
Meteorologists from the National
Look at that!
Weather
Yo!
Service came in to survey the damage, and it didn't take long before they determined that this tornado was way beyond EF3 strength. So,
No shit! What you mean EF3? Of course this ain't no EF3. Look at this! Shit look like war just happened here.
a team of outside engineers was called in to assist the survey. Ultimately, they found that the damage from the tornado was consistent with the EF5 guideline.
No, duh! I could have looked at this from a fucking picture and saw it was EF5. You think this was EF4 or EF3? There's nothing left! What?
On both the east side of Parkersburg and the north side of New Hartford.
Shit, I could have been one of these guys out in the field looking at the damage. This shit ain't no EF3. Who the fuck stupid ass thought this was EF3 at first?
Months following, the National Weather Service launched an investigation of their actions from that day.
Look
to
at
see
this,
how they
that
could have
brought
improved
off rip
moving
this
forward.
EF5.
This investigation produced a lengthy 51-page report, and they found some interesting things. One finding was that their wording in the tornado warning prior to Parkersburg may have been slightly too modest. And
The usage of a tornado emergency was discussed during the middle of the Parkersburg tornado, but was not exacted or included in products. Recommendation 14, there's no national, regional, or local policy regarding this product. Office needs to determine the viability of this product prior to severe weather so as to not distract warning operations during high-end events.
And the SPC outlook from the morning did not predict that a violent tornado was possible in Iowa,
It did.
which are valid criticisms. But in my opinion, weather is so chaotic, you can't really blame a forecast. And things like the wording
You can't
on a
blame a forecast, but what where was the warning gotta be? Again, this is like Midwest. There's the tree was blocking the tornado? Somebody saw it. Yeah, whatever the fuck a tornado siren sounds like, sound it
tornado
off.
warning are pretty inconsequential. The most crucial thing that can be done to save lives is to sound the tornado siren in time, warning the people downstream of the tornado to get to cover. And according to the report, the tornado sirens were in fact sounded. However, the two
Based on spotter reports, Parkersburg Fire Department sounds Parkersburg sirens. Sirens were not sounded based on NWS warnings or products, but by visual confirmation.
videos taken as the tornado is entering town do not have any sirens sounding. This is directly contradictory to the report, which states
Somebody's a lying piece of shit. Where is the sound?
that the sirens were sounded 2 minutes prior to the tornado entering town. Regardless, this doesn't change the fact that 1/3 of
2 minutes prior. Yeah, thanks for the heads up, buddies. What the fuck? Hey, look, you know something else too? If y'all were if anybody experienced this tornado, did you hear any sounds? Did you hear sirens? Or did you hear sirens when the tornado was there?
the town of Parkersburg was destroyed, and 9 people lost their lives. And according to records, all the victims were in their basements when they died. So,
Ain't that some shit? That alone, I would have said EF5. You tell me these people were actually safe. They were at the place they were supposed to be. Still died. And sadly, all of them look older. This people grandparents and shit, man. That's sad.
all of them seemed to have been aware of the tornado, took action, but it still wasn't enough. Over the following
Got a
years,
goddamn tickle in
Parkersburg
my
made a
nose.
full
There you
recovery,
go. Look like
including the
I'm
high
doing
school,
coke or
the
something.
heart of town.
Going
To this
below.
day, the high school keeps a memorial of the tornado with a clock that stopped at the exact moment the tornado hit, 4:56 in the afternoon on May 25th, 2008.
That's creepy. But y'all telling me the alarm sounded at 4:52. Y'all gave people 4 minutes? Fuck! Thanks. Sorry, sacks of shit. You gave me 4 minutes to prepare for a tornado to come kill me. Hey, we gave you enough time to just run downstairs. Oh, thanks, buddy. Hey, look. Hope y'all like this video. Again, shout out to High Risk Chris. Like, share, comment, subscribe to your boy. Y'all know we're gonna have to do something. Shit, maybe we do Hackleberg. I don't know. Like, but yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? On the way to 500 subs, like I said, once we get to 500, we on to that thou wow, and we off to the races, people. That's how I look at it. That's what I envision for us. We gonna get there. Appreciate y'all being on the journey with your boy. Again, hope you liked the video. It's your boy J. Osh, and I'm out. Hee!